Hello guys and welcome to another video. In this video we will be talking about functions. So what is a function? What is a function in a real world standpoint? Is a task that is told to do. But it's a task. But what is it in a real world standpoint? In a mathematical standpoint? It is a set of numbers, one set, and then the function happens in the middle and it transfers this set of numbers to a different set of numbers. So the function relates this set, the first set, to the second set. Now, how exactly does it do that? First, we have to name the two of them, the two sets. So the set that is there in the beginning is normally referred to as the input because the value of numbers is inputted, a certain function, and then the set that comes out is called the output. So let's put a number for the input, 2. Now, what would this function be? Well, a function in this case is just like a rule. An example of a rule could be y equals 2x plus 1. How is this a rule? Because y, sorry, I forgot to explain this. The input is also known as x, and the output is known as y. Now, y equals 2x plus 1. So that would mean that this equals 2 times whatever the number this is plus 1. Simple enough. So what would it be for this number? Well, it would be 2 times 2 plus 1. So it would be 5. Now let's try with a different number. I'm going to put a lot of numbers here now. Oops, not 2. And let's try to solve this. So for this is called the rule, as I mentioned. So 4 times 2 plus 1 equals 9. I should have gotten the hang of it, so I'm gonna just write the answer for these ones. 7. 6 times 2, 12 plus 1, 13. 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. So it's that simple enough. Now let's do one more example where I'm gonna give random numbers. I'm gonna give 2, 5, and then in this case, I'm just gonna give the output. And then I'm gonna give 6, and then 8. Actually, that's a little bigger number, 13. Now, in this case, I'm gonna give you the rule, and you have to try to figure this out. The rule will be y equals 3x plus 4. So now let's try to figure this out. So y equals 3x plus 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 4 equals 10. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. Now in this case, you have to go backwards. So as we know, 7 is the y value. So how can you write this? Well, you can substitute the y value as 7 and write it as 7 equals 3x plus 4. If you subtract 4 from both sides, you get 3 is equal to 3x, which would mean x equals 1. So I'm going to write that back here, 1. Now 6, how would you write this? Well, 3x plus 4, so 6 times 3 plus 4. So it would be equal to 22. Now, in this case, let's do, so we have to do the same thing, go backwards. So it would be 13 equals 3x plus 4. So then it would be minus 4 on both sides. 9 equals 3x. X would be equal to 3. And that's how simple functions are. So now let's do one more example. But in this case, I'm going to give you all of the numbers. So 7, 4, 13, and 8, 25, and 10, 31. In this case, we have to figure out the rule. So how would you do this? It would be just a guess and check method. That's what most people would do. But you can actually use a formula called slope. Now, what is slope? Slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What do I mean by this? I mean, you can take any of these numbers. Let's take this number as the y2. So that would be 31 minus, for y1, let's take 25. 31 minus 25 divided by x2 and x1. So if you use 31 and 25, you must use the other two numbers across from it. So you would do 10 minus 8. So it would be 6 divided by 2. So it would be 3. That would be your slope. So now, what slope is how much you multiply. So the equation in a function is written as y equals mx plus b. The slope is the m. So right now we have y equals 3x plus b. So 3x plus b. We can substitute a value for the x value and the y value from this graph. Let's try it. Let's substitute the first value. 7 equals 3x, x is 2, plus b. Oops, sorry, 20. 7 equals 6 plus b. So b would equal 1. So now we can't 100% be sure that's the full equation. So let's try it with one more point. Let's try it with the end point this time. So let's do so y is 31 equals 3 times x, so 10, plus, if this equation is correct, it should be plus 1. Let's see, plus 1. And indeed, we are correct. It is 31. So this would be correct. So let me just review what we've learned. I'm going to write it all down here in this class. We learned about slope. We learned about functions. We learned about the formula for a function, which is y equals mx plus b. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening to my video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. This is quite a confusing topic. So if you have any questions, please remember to tell me in the comment section. Please remember to subscribe and smash that like button so you'll know when more of my videos come out. I may be doing one more video on this topic. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.